You going to take the open?
Yeah. Ready? Good. Ready? Yeah, let's wait. Let's wait. Gonna go. Gonna go now or after?
Yeah, we'll go now.
Franklin TV presents Franklin High School girls varsity basketball. It's the season opener for the Panthers as they welcome in the Division II state champions, the Tigers of Oliver Ames. Hi, neighbors. I'm Ryan Martin, joined alongside Pete Royce. And Pete, this Oliver Ames team that we welcome in, they are the defending two state champions from last year, but a lot of change for them on the court and on the bench from the past season.
Yeah, exactly, Ryan. You know, talking to Coach John Layton of Franklin before the game, he said, yeah, that record counts, the state championship counts. If you return everybody, they lost a ton of talent. It's a whole new team and a whole new coaching system for Oliver Ames.
Yeah, Coach Holbrook, after 46 years at the helm for Oliver Ames, a 733 wins, a state record. She's being replaced by her former player as we now turn for the national anthem. And we're back as that national anthem plays and both teams getting ready to come onto the court. Pete Franklin last year finished 22-2, losing to Springfield Central in the Elite Eight, and they have some turnover as well on the court this year.
They've lost a ton of talent, too. When you look at their big-time winning seasons, they've lost Jessica Pinchton, a three-point shooter, Bridget Early, a great rebounder, Stephanie Padula, a great scorer and leader, and Olivia Quinn. What can you say about Olivia Quinn? And some of those players have moved on to play in the college level.
Yeah, both Quinn and Padula playing at their respective universities. Padula at Springfield College, and it's Quinn who's playing at Wesleyan. Both already starters for their university and averaging about 20 minutes per game. Really just a credit to the coaching staff and the program that we have here.
And you look at who they're going to be replacing. You've had some players on Franklin who saw a lot of game action, but it's really a change, a transition. And Coach Layton says, I'm not sure what to expect. So both sides, both teams have that anticipation. We don't know what's going to happen. That's why it's so exciting here in 2022, 2023.
It'll be a feeling out process between both teams. And
I'm not sure what happened here.
Do we have this instead of a tip-off, Pete? making the first free throw. And a whole new oddity for this season at the free throw line. It's senior captain, or junior captain, I should say, Cadence Debra. She goes 1 for 2 at the line.
I'm not sure exactly if there was a violation. Okay.
Yeah, already a foul. That's what it was.
No, it was a scorebook violation. They had a wrong number listed in the scorebook. And so that has to be cleaned up. So it starts with a foul free throw.
You don't see that every day. I believe
No.
it's Sasha Tracy, who's marked down as number 3 on our scorebooks, wearing number 1 here today.
Okay,
So that
there it
could be
is. Yep. You got it, Ryan.
How about that? Sasha Tracy picks up a foul at the 0-0-0 mark. And here's Tracy with the ball now. We'll get it started for Franklin in their first possession of a new season.
I think actually, Ryan, it goes as a technical foul against the team.
Gotcha. Still 0 fouls as a first turnover. And we switch hands to Oliver Ames. With it now is number 22, Cameron Debra. Debra, a freshman, on the court with her sister right now, Durba, I should say. Missing the shot there is her sister Cadence. Here comes Franklin. Chloe fails. Passes to senior captain Bridget Leo. Katie Peterson now. Your 2 senior captains. Here's Peterson. And they'll call a turnover on Peterson.
Yeah, it looked like she was going with determination to the paint, but as she tried to switch pivot foot, she dragged one, and they called her for the travel.
Yeah, travel there on Peterson. 14 points per game from Peterson. Could be a huge factor in replacing Padula and Quinn, and that penalty foul will go against Tracy. So 1-0 already. First point. Again on the technical foul awarded to Cadence Durba. With it here, it's Oliver Ames again. Durba working on Leo, kicks it back outside. Here's Cadence. Franklin, tough defense, and a foul again. This one will go on Katie Peterson.
Well, it's a good start for the visitors from Oliver Ames. And by the way, tonight, the JVs for Franklin finally lost a game, Ryan, 41-36. They go down on the hands of OA. I don't remember the last time Coach Fran Basitis lost a JV game here in Franklin.
Neither can, as that one will go out of bounds. Turnover by Durba. Neither can Coach Layton. I was talking to him on the sidelines. He was saying how it has been a quite long time, but it is a new season. It'll be the Tigers varsity program now looking to do the same. Bounce pass to Lizzie Newman. Foul. Can she get the and one? She can. Lizzie Newman puts the first points on the board for Franklin this season, and she's headed to the stripe as well.
What a play by point guard Bridget Leo. And the foul there is going to be on McCallum. No, check it. Wrong side. Foul on Durba. Cameron Durba.
As it's Newman missing the shot. Looking for their first field goal of the game. Here are the Tigers. Shot coming from deep. That one doesn't hit much. Rebound by Chloe fails. A sophomore in the starting lineup for Coach Layton. We'll talk more about her later. Newman in the post again. She puts one up and does it again. Pete, could we see Lizzie Newman really filling in that Olivia Quinn role maybe down low this season?
Great moves down low. I didn't think she had a good angle on that shot, Ryan, but she was able to squeeze through the defense and put it up and in. Offensive foul the other way.
Turnover coming there from Cameron Durba. She's got a foul and a turnover already to her name. 4-1 Panthers. Both points coming so far from Newman. Leo, soft spot. She'll go for the layup. No foul. Rebound goes to the Tigers. Here's Gamble. Freshman finds it inside and can't get the shot to fall again. Rebound up, and Peterson takes it away. Here is Katie. Fails on the outside. The 3-ball hits down. Chloe fails. A sophomore adds on a triple.
Franklin on a 5-point run. They fell behind 1-0, and they've just kept pushing it.
We were saying
a
how
7-point run.
Yeah. Fails sisters Chloe and Haley, who look like sharpshooters this year, and the Tigers have been cold from deep. Another rebound by Franklin. Here, a 2-on-3 break. Leo will try a three. Can't get it to go. Rebound goes to Peterson. How about that wingspan? Finds Tracy. She'll try a three. That one doesn't go either. And it's Chloe Fails on the loose ball. Foul, give it back to Oliver Ames. Checking into the game now, it's Kaylin Leonard, Nora McCollum. They'll replace Newman and Tracy. Oliver Ames, as you mentioned, Pete, have yet to find a field goal. As Durba now gets it to Gamble. Gamble fakes the three, goes inside the lane. That one will be a foul and one for the visitors. Avery Gamble, the first field goal of the game, and she'll go to the line.
Well, there's your first field goal.
That one goes on McCollum, too. First field goal.
4 quick fouls against the Panthers here in the early action.
Checking out of the game is Riley, as Gamble makes the free throw. And into the game now, 42, Catherine Farley. Leo finds Fails, who will hand it off to Peterson. Peterson, she'll try a three. No good. Franklin moving to 1 for 4 now from the line. From 3, I should say.
Peterson very versatile with that good length, but she's not afraid to shoot from the outside. How about the new uniforms for the Panthers out there, Ryan?
I know. We saw the junior varsity team wearing varsity's old uniforms. Kind of like this. It's got the baby blue touch on it, too.
Baby blue, yeah.
With shades of
Baby
the baseball uniforms, maybe. How about Bridget Leo falling on this loose ball? A jump ball. And right now the arrow will point towards the Tigers, so keep it with black and orange. 19 seconds, Pete, left on our new shot clock.
Yeah, I was going to say the 35-second shot clock for boys and girls hoops this year in high school.
McCollum getting the long pass there from Fails. Coach Layton was saying how his team always is played by 30 seconds, so not a big change from them.
Yep.
Cross court to Kaylin Leonard. Her three. Money. Kaylin Leonard finds her name in the scoring column. 10-4 Panthers now. As a travel here goes against Oliver Ames. Back with Franklin. Pete, if there's one thing that's Franklin's done pretty well defensively is they've forced a lot of bad shots, but also some turnovers now.
Yeah, and the other thing Coach Engel of OA was telling me before the game, you got to be so up every action, every moment of every action, because Franklin will take advantage of everything. Unforced error there as Bridget Leo dragged a foot.
Yeah, just as you say that, that'll be Oliver Ames who tries to convert from a Franklin mistake.
They'll take it.
Freshman on senior here. Cameron Durba versus Leo. It looks like she picked it up for a second, but they'll call the foul on Franklin instead. More specifically, Bridget Leo. 5 fouls already, Pete.
That's a lot of fouls. Still with 3:09 left in the first period.
Yeah. See if that leads to any changes with the rotation. Here's Durba in the paint. She lets that one go. Rebound, Chloe Fails. Fails. Doesn't have the numbers. Will she be patient? She will. Back to the top of the key. She finds Leo. Peterson left wing comes into the paint. Double teamed. She'll put up a shot. Banks it in. Katie Peterson with her first points on the new season.
It just seems like she's playing with tremendous determination.
Yep.
Ryan, does it appear to you this is Katie Peterson's team this year?
I think that's accurate to say. We've seen her kind of split roles in the front court as that miss goes to. And how about that? The conference to pull it down, too.
You know, she could have a great year. In actually her main sport, right, is lacrosse. She'll be
UMass lacrosse commit.
Yeah.
We talk about Peterson and Leo, the two big returners as Leo takes a seat on the bench. Maybe a Batman or a Robin situation with Peterson leading the front court and then Robin of Leo being the point guard. Leonard for three again in the corner. That one can't find home. And it goes back to Oliver Ames. A shot there from Farley. That one won't hit anything. The air ball will give it back to the Panthers. Newman checking in. And Tracy also just recently checking in for Leo.
You know, Coach Layton was telling me, Ryan, before the game, another thing that he's not sure of is how the team will respond. They've had a lot of illness in the preseason camp coming up to today's game. They've had a lot of stuff that they've had to deal with, and not sure he had all the right combinations out there. But it looks like everybody's healthy tonight.
Yeah, I don't think we have anyone on the roster who we don't see in uniform. So a good sign. 12-4. Oliver Ames cutting inside. That one will be a foul. And shooting that one was Anna Riley. And that one will go against Chloe Fales. Our referees here tonight, it's Brendan Gill making that call, and his partner is Matt Kirk tonight.
It's amazing, Ryan. 1:44 left. Oway has been held to one field goal in the game.
Talk about why Franklin's been so successful recently as Riley goes 1 for 2 from the line. 42 straight victories against Hockomock League opponents. It's been that tight defense that's really held the story. Leo finds Tracy in the corner. Good spin move there. And it'll be a penalty on the ground, but a good move there from Tracy.
No good. There's no hoop.
No. Goes against number 22, Cameron Deborah.
In the NBA, you might have gotten that shot off, but not here in the high school level. The old continuation play, as they called it.
Inbound to Leonard, backing her down. Spin move, and that'll be a penalty, but it'll be a travel on Leonard. So a turnover for Franklin.
But a nice move nonetheless by Leonard. She did a great job. Just called for dragging that pivot foot again.
Seen a couple of those already on Franklin. Good defensive play there from Tracy. So Coach Layton having a word with our referees. And they'll give it back to the Panthers. (12-5) Panthers leading this one so far. Leo from behind the arc. She gets it to Newman. Newman back inside to Leonard. No travel this time, but a foul. That one committed by Oliver Ames. It goes against number 12, Maeve Horseman, the freshman who just checked into the game.
And Maddie Homer. No, you're right. It was Horseman.
Yeah.
I was going to comment on Homer. She is perhaps known to Franklin players as a great volleyball player.
Peterson comes out of the game first time today and replaced by senior Alyssa Carlo. Leonard 2 for 2 from the line. And just as that happens, she'll check out of the game, and coming in is Mallory Santos. So, Pete, two girls now, Carlo and Santos, who haven't stepped on the court for varsity yet. That's kind of what's going to happen this year for Coach Layton.
So exciting for them, I'm sure.
Here is Santos, and she'll force a turnover. That one goes off the foot. Dribbling of Deborah.
Coach Layton going very deep into his bench here so far tonight in the first period. Just about everybody has seen action.
Yeah. Leo finds Carlo. Her defender falls. She'll let a shot go. Rebound taken from Newman. That one will go off Newman, though, and go back to Oliver Ames. (14-5). Franklin up by 9 with just under 40 seconds to go in our first quarter of action. Pete Royce, Ryan Martin bring you all the action on Franklin TV as that foul goes against
Horseman.
Horseman again, already two quick ones. Coach Layton signals for one last possession. 25 seconds to go. Finds Carlo. Carlo left wing. She spins towards the baseline. Back to Newman in three-point territory. Tries to find Tracy. Good steal there from Durba. Now Oliver Ames trying to get one more before the buzzer. A wide open lane. No penalty, though. No foul called. And that layup then made by Alston. Leo, could you get one more shot off? Her shot. That one banks in. Banking three from Bridget Leo. How do you do? And Franklin all of a sudden goes from up 7 to up 10 with the prayer shot there from Bridget Leo. It's 17-7 after one.
Bridget Leo had a big smile on her face as she walked to the sidelines. Just a heave just before the buzzer. And Franklin, with a big lead, they hold the OA Tigers to 2 field goals in the first 8 minutes, and they're off and running with a 17-7 lead.
How about that? The first points of the season from Bridget Leo coming from right there. 17-7, as we mentioned, after our first 8 minutes. Pete, the opening 8 minutes of the season for this Franklin team, what were some things that you were seeing right there as how they were picking up from the losses of Quinn, of Padula? Obviously a successful quarter, but maybe a feeling out process over those first 8 minutes.
Other players have stepped up. Look at the lift that the team has gotten from Leonard. 5 points tonight. Newman, 4. There's 9 first period points for a couple of players who didn't score a lot last year, although Newman had some good minutes. And Peterson held to 2, but they really didn't need her production as they spread it around. And the other thing I noticed in the first quarter, is the bench play.
Yep.
The Panthers seem to run one player in after another, which should help them down the stretch of this game.
And just as you say that, we have another substitute entering the game for the first time. It's junior El Bonacci also in the game. So if we count that up, I believe that's almost everyone on the roster. We have a 12-girl roster. I think everyone's entered the game. Reese Doyen, the only sophomore, the only player not dressing in or here tonight. And that'll start us up for our next 8 minutes, and I'll send the play-by-play duties over to my partner, Pete Royce.
Thanks a lot, Ryan Martin. As we get underway for the second 8 minutes, OA on offense, down 17-7 against the Franklin stingy defense. Down on the floor is Riley. Up, no, but she's going to go to the line and shoot 2. I think it's on Newman. I'm not positive about that.
I think so, and that should already be
Yeah, it is on Newman.
first. Only her first, though.
So Annie Riley has been at the stripe before, 1 for 2. We'll be getting 2 more. She rims it in. Franklin had its biggest lead in the first quarter at the end of the first quarter. Had it by 10. Second free throw is missed. And a nice rebound there by Katie Peterson. The talented senior taking it herself coast to coast, up and no, and she's going to shoot 2 at the line.
Yeah, Pete, we talked about how this could be Peterson's team, which comes with a leadership, but how about the confidence, too?
That's what I noticed.
She's going to get double-teamed a lot in the painted area this year. To have the confidence to still go up, draw that foul, and take the contact. Peterson putting the team on her back so far, and what could happen this season.
Foul on Cadence Durba. Peterson gets the first free throw. That's 3 points for Peterson tonight. It's back to a 10-point lead for the Panthers. The 6-foot senior, 1 more to go at the line. Catches back iron. And a nice rebound by Annie Riley. Riley can't go to work, dishes it out. Franklin down low with the good defense, so might have gotten away with a travel there. A nice give and go there, up and good. Beautiful pass, and dropping it through was Maddie Homer. There's the volleyball player getting in it. It's down to 8 the other way for a 3 ball. That rims out by Carlo and controlled there by Riley. And this is Cadence Durba. Gamble in the paint, a jump ball. That's a jump ball. That's a great defensive play by Alyssa Carlo.
Yeah, one thing we've seen from these new substitutes or players new to the varsity level, they look comfortable, Pete. And
Yes.
that is a credit to Coach Basitis, the JV program we have in place here at Franklin. But really, doesn't seem like any player is too phased to be on the court right now for Franklin.
And Peterson will take it up court. Katie can't launch. And a whistle and a foul underneath. It's going to be against Cadence Durba. That's 2 on her. Away from the ball. Non-shooting foul, and the Panthers will inbound it. It's tipped away. Tipped out of bounds by Riley. The Panthers will have it. 1 second ticks off the shot clock. And putting in play is Ella Bonacci. Out deep for Peterson. Katie in the paint. Dish, it's deflected out of bounds, and the Panthers will have it with 27 to shoot. Bonacci looking for cutters. Gets it down low, up and just missing. That time was Peterson, and she's going to be going to the line again. Foul's going to be on Gamble, her first. Just remember how many times Olivia Quinn would go to the line in years past, right? Just keep taking it to the hoop, taking it to the hoop.
Maybe some deja vu there, too, as it was Quinn who felt like got almost every inbound pass right there from the block.
Right there, yeah.
Peterson did the same thing. Quick catch and shoot and find her way to the line.
Second free throw coming for Katie Peterson. She's 1 for 3 from the stripe so far tonight. And she gets it. So the Panthers back up by 9. Their largest lead was 10. Leonard comes back in, and checking out is Mallory Santos in a timeout on the court. 6:37 to go in the second quarter. This is opening night in girls hoops from the beautiful Franklin High Gym, and it's hard to believe it's winter season, Ryan, but it was a great fall campaign. We turned the calendar. Certainly the weather helps us know that it is winter.
It was, definitely. We like to be inside now for the winter season, staying warm, but what a great fall season it was. It was pretty successful years for all teams. No one really was able to bring home that state championship or state title, but really great. We saw Franklin football pick up a Thanksgiving Day win at King Philip, a big come-from-behind win where we had Sam Reese and Nippon Goyle joining us on Franklin TV. So really great for the fall season, but it's exciting now to get back into this winter season where we should have some really great sports between gymnastics, swimming, basketballs, and hockey.
Yeah, it's going to be a tremendous season. We've got some statistics coming up here. My nephew Stephen on the stats for us tonight. Franklin, up until just the end of the first quarter, 6 for 12 from the field, 50%. OA 2 for 9, 22%. That's really hurt them. Poor shooting. For 3 points, Franklin 3 out of 7, and OA still looking for its first made 3-point shot.
Yeah, shout out to Stevens for the fantastic statistics.
Yes, tremendous. He's devised his own program to have almost instantaneous stats. We appreciate his efforts. And he's working remote tonight. Durba, long jump shot the other way, and rebound by Leonard. She's had a good first half. Out in front come the Panthers on the quick back to Leonard. She'll launch the 3-ball, no good. Rebound, battled for it, and is kept alive. Cross-court pass, jump shot there by Chloe fails, rims out, and here come the OA Tigers back the other way. Down low, shot up, and a foul called on Newman. That, for her, is at least 2. That's 2 on Newman. And going to the line for OA is Annie Riley. She's been there 4 times so far. She'll be shooting free throws 5 and 6. Just underway in the second quarter, 19-10. One more coming. Checking back in for the Panthers is Nora McCallum. Riley back for her second one. Made 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, 3 out of 6 now. Franklin back with the lead by 8. Bridget Leo, the point guard, the veteran, for Katie Peterson. She'll launch the 3-ball, no good. Gets her own rebound, does Katie Peterson. For fails, Chloe, and she's fouled on the play by Gamble. And the foul's beginning to add up against OA. That's their 8th. Franklin also with 8 first half fouls.
Yeah, for all of our aims, they're already in the 1-for-1 bonus. They can feel both teams are getting a little bit more physical in the interior now.
Fails 1 and 1. If she gets the first, she'll get the bonus. The right-handed shot. She gets it. 4 points for the sophomore. Franklin back by 9. 5:31 to go. Fails. Swish. Beautiful free throws by Fails. It's back to 10. OA under new head coach Brittany Engel. To Durba. Her floater, no good. Nice offensive rebound. Out deep, Gamble for 3, no good. And the OA Tigers still looking for their first trifecta of the night. Leo back for Franklin. In the paint for Leonard. She's got to get rid of it or shoot. She tries to shoot, cannot. And it's blocked and out of bounds. It'll be Franklin with 23 seconds to shoot.
Yeah, we talked about new head coach Engel, and I'm interested to see how she's setting up her team right now. We saw all 3 girls crash on Kaylin Leonard. A great play by them, too, to not draw the foul.
Comes out deep, and it's stolen. Taken back. Here comes Maddie Homer. Homer jets it off her foot. Retrieves the ball, and a foul here called. Oh, a tough play there. The foul is going to be on McCallum, her second. And this will be free throws coming the other way for Maddie Homer, the great volleyball player. So Homer will be shooting 1 and 1.
Yeah, I wonder if Oliver Ames has it to end the half. Maybe she'll go for the spike instead of the Bridget Leo Hail Mary that we just saw in the first quarter.
It would be appropriate if she could dunk, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
She gets the first on the 1 and 1, Homer. 3 points now. Second free throw, rims out. Rebound, Katie Peterson. 21-12. Peterson, coast to coast, pulls up, shoots, and scores.
How about the stop and pop there from Peterson? At her size, impressive to be doing.
And that's the largest lead of the night for the Panthers. Rebound over to Peterson. Peterson likes to bring the ball up. Hesitation move, stutter step for Leo. She'll come through the floater. Leo, no good. Peterson got a hand on it, but couldn't get it to a teammate. And the ball is tipped out of bounds. Away with the ball. 23-12, 4:22 to left. Ball near the out of bounds. It did go out of bounds. That's a good defensive play by Peterson to really block off the open space down low.
It was. Horsman just kind of had to come in there and try to save it there, but Peterson with that defensive effort.
Leo back for Franklin under Coach John Layton in his 19th year at the helm here in Franklin. Leonard in the paint. She powers it up. No good. And gets her own rebound. She's still in the paint. She's got to get out of there. And they call her. They get a jump ball as she's tied up by Riley. The 3-second timing was about to be called if that wasn't a tie-up. So on the arrow, it'll go to the Tigers.
How about the fight we're seeing from the Tigers, too? Pete, we haven't mentioned there's new head coach Engel, but it's because Coach Holbrook, after 46 years, has retired 733 wins for a Massachusetts girls state record. This team is playing like they still have that same fight that they had under Coach Holbrook.
A long three, still no good. No threes yet. Chloe Fails with the rebound for the blue and white. McCallum, baseline, dishes down for Leonard. Leonard going through. Her shot is blocked, and she can't get the rebound. Gamble back the other way for the Tigers. Long shot by Durba. That's way strong, and Leonard chases down the loose ball. Back to Chloe Fails. Looking for Leo. Leo comes through. Leo around the screen, and an offensive foul called on Peterson. That's 2 fouls on Katie Peterson. Newman comes back in, as does Sasha Tracy, and Leonard goes out along with Nora McCallum. 2:54 left in the second, 23-12 Franklin. The nice drive and the floater up and good by Cameron Durba. Her first 2.
Yeah, first points of the game for Cameron Durba, and maybe the prettiest offensive play we've seen so far from the Tigers.
Just went down low. Peterson in the
Oh.
paint is blocked. Rebound up and no good on a great play by Sasha Tracy. And she draws the foul.
Yeah, good recovery from Franklin after it was Cadence Durba who blocked that one, sent it across the block and down the neighborhood. A great block there, but a good recovery by Franklin.
Foul on Cadence Durba, her third. And the shot is up and no good by Tracy. Her first visit at the line. She'll get a second, and with the 3 fouls, Cadence Durba has to sit out. She's got 1 point tonight. Second free throw, and that is good. So Tracy's in the scoring column, and the Panthers have it by that familiar 10 spot. 2:25 to go here in the second. A long 3, and there's the first one, and that was a thing of beauty for Cameron Durba. Well, they waited a long time, and Durba just swished it from deep.
How about those 2 straight possessions for Cameron Durba? The nice layup and then the no doubt about it 3.
Franklin's lead down to 7. Peterson in the paint, dishes it. Leo puts it on the floor. She drives too strong. Rebound taken by Homer, and a foul, a jump ball.
Yeah.
Not sure what they called there. They said off of OA, okay. So Leo will have it. New shot clock. Bridget loops one for Peterson, up and no good. Rebound Peterson, up, no good. Peterson up, good, and a foul. Well, that'll help the scoring, but it'll also help the offensive rebounding.
Yeah, I was just going to say, helping out her individual statistics is Peterson, who really, once again, taking that control and feels like she's just been able to out-rebound everyone in the post and gets the and one there.
And misses the free throw, kept alive by the Panthers. On a nice play by Lizzie Newman. And she's fouled. Gamble, that's 3 on her. The fouls are adding up for OA. So 2 players with 3 fouls for Oliver Ames, and Peterson back at the line, shooting her 6th and 7th free throws.
Yeah, how about the work by Peterson, this whole Franklin team, to get to the line so far?
9 points for Peterson, 1 more coming. 10-point lead. Largest lead was 11. And that's off. Rebound Newman, up and good.
Yeah.
So Franklin has it now by 12. Their largest of the night. Riley goes to work in the paint, a whistle and a foul before the shot out deep. If it's on Newman, that's going to be 3. So she's got 3 fouls.
Yeah, I think
a lot of fouling tonight on both teams.
Coach Layton has no choice but to call in Norma, call and get a substitute for Newman. A questionable one there, though, made by our referees tonight.
Way before the drive. Free throw by Riley. It's good. So Newman will come out, and McCallum will come back in. 1 more coming for Riley. This is her 8th free throw of the game. All of her points have come from the line. She's 5 out of 8. 1:20 left, first half. Peterson dishes it back. McCallum for 3, no good. Rebound controlled by Oliver Ames. Nice athletic rebound by Maeve Horsman. This is Durba. Cross court. Found somebody down there. Misses the shot. Offensive rebound up and no good. Rebound controlled by Peterson, and she's bumped out of bounds. That's going to be a foul, I believe, on Brianna Montero.
Yeah, and a long walk back from where Franklin just got that rebound. Now back to the charity stripe, where once again Franklin in the double bonus will shoot 2.
8th and 9th free throws for Peterson. Katie drills it. So she's the first player in double figures with 10. Franklin by 11, 52.4 seconds to go here in the first half. Second free throw, that is no good. Nice rebound by Oliver Ames. Maeve Horsman. Down low for Montero. Oh, and she traveled with it. That strong defense by Fales forced the turnover. 37.2 seconds to go in the half. Franklin led after one, 17-7. They've added 13 to 12 here in this period. Peterson fails, launches the three. That's too strong. Rebound control by OA. This is Durba. Cameron, the floater up, no good. Rebound fails. 16 seconds to go in the half. Fails, picked up their dribble, and she's got it up to McCallum. Got to go over to the timeline. There's a 10-second rule this year. They don't make it. That was one last year, I believe, too. Went into effect last year. 10 seconds to get it over midcourt.
Yeah.
And they didn't quite do it.
Looked like something McCollum just wasn't even aware of. A little bit more brisk than you expect her to be.
The problem was picking up your dribble way down low like that. 6.9 seconds to go. Coach Layton wants an explanation from Matt Kurt, the official. Gets it. And we're ready to go. 30-19. We wind down the first half. The steal by Leo. 4 seconds to go. Bridget, she'll launch it again. It's no good. She had one of those to end the first quarter and almost one to end each quarter. So Franklin takes a 10-point lead and make it 11 with a 13-12 advantage here in this period. And your halftime score is Franklin 30 and Oliver Ames 19. Kind of a solid performance. A few bugs here and there, Ryan, but Franklin kind of gutted it out and kept running different players out, and they each seemed to contribute.
Yeah, everything kind of fell into place like we thought it would. We saw Katie Peterson, Bridget Leo combining for just 5 points, including that Bridget Leo 3 to end the first quarter. Peterson kind of taking more of her own with a lot of free throw attempts, as we saw in that second quarter. She had 8 points in the second quarter alone, leading all scorers now with 10. So for Franklin, I think this is starting to become what you would expect, playing much more sound defensively, offensively. And I think they put themselves in a position now, Pete, up 11 points to really control the final 16 minutes of play. And as you mentioned, it is Coach Layton doing it with a lot of substitutes, getting a big rotation going right now are the Panthers.
10 different players have been in the game for Franklin. And let's run down the scoring here in the first half, and then maybe we'll take a break and get ready for our second half. The leading scorer in the game is Katie Peterson with 10, and she's got some assists. She's got some players who chipped in with their own scoring. Lizzie Newman with 6, Kaylee Leonard with 5, Carly Leonard with 5, also Chloe Thales with 5, Sasha Tracy with 1, and Bridget Leo has that 3-ball to end the first quarter for her 3 points. On the other side of the ledger, Annie Riley is co-leader with Cameron Durba with 5 points each, Maddie Homer with 3, Gamble with 3, Horsman with 2, and Cadence Durba had foul trouble. She ended the first half with 1 point. Well, the season is underway, Ryan. 30-19, not a bad start for the Panthers.
No, certainly not. We kind of feel how, once again, it's Franklin who's been able to kind of settle things down. This is a big change for both Oliver Ames and Franklin this season, so not surprising to see this first half be kind of a feeling out process, understanding what you have. I think Franklin's just flat out has more than Oliver Ames right now. We're kind of seeing that, more turnovers starting to happen, and more turnovers and fouls starting to come in from the Tigers. So Franklin's been able to take advantage of that. As Coach Engel alluded to you before the game, it is Oliver Ames who's just not able to convert on as many mistakes as Franklin's making. It
really puts a lot of pressure on them when they have to kind of protect every single possession, because Franklin can come back and score so quickly and blow up a 2 or 3 point game into a 7 or 8, 9 point game real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what they've been able to do. It's Franklin the reason why they've had so many successes over the years and since this senior class has been here is because their ability to be consistent and start to pile runs on together, and then one run comes after another run, and by the time you know it, it's what Franklin has right now, where you're up 11 points. So if Franklin can keep doing that in this game and throughout the season, we should see a very successful Panthers team that we've seen in many close games. So we'll take a break here for 1 second. With our second half coming in one moment. It's Franklin up 30-19. Can the Tigers come back over the final 60 minutes of play? You'll want to keep it right here on Franklin TV to find out. Second half coming up. And we're back from the Franklin High School gymnasium, where it's our Franklin girls program in their opening game of the 2022-23 season. They're leading Olive Ames 30-19. Welcome back, neighbors. I'm Ryan Martin, joined alongside Pete Royce. And Pete, so far it's been Franklin really finding their run in this one. A lot of change for both the Tigers and Panthers coming into the season, but it's been Franklin who's kind of settled into their own so far over the first half.
They got 10 players in the game. They all contributed. Here's some of the first half statistics given to us by my nephew, Stephen. Franklin shot 31% from the field, kind of an off night there, but the visitors held to 23% shooting from the field. Franklin on threes, 3 of 14, 21%. They've cooled off. Visitors 1 out of 9, 11% for OA. Free throws, Franklin only 56%. They'll have to pick that up. OA 66%. Offensive rebounds, though, Franklin has 9, and they've rebounded 37% of their missed shots. And the visitors, OA, has only 2 rebounds offensively. That's only 11% of their shots. The turnover rate, Franklin has forced a 33% turnover rate against OA. Means every third time OA has the possession, Franklin turns it over on them.
Crazy, crazy. That defense that we've seen from the Panthers really settling in. Absolutely. So once again, Pete Royce, Ryan Martin behind the microphone, Melissa Marchese and Meredith Robertson behind the cameras doing the work for us. Much appreciated as always on Franklin TV.
We're ready to start the third quarter, and for the play-by-play, the pride of the senior class at Franklin, here's Ryan Martin.
Thank you so much, Pete Royce. It is Olive Ames set to inbound, and it will go with Annie Riley, the junior. She's got 5 points in this game, all from the free throw line. We'll see if there's as many free throw opportunities in the second half as there was in the first. There's that turnover rate we talked about. Bridget Leo with the steal. Leo, senior captain for this team. She'll pass to her other senior captain, Katie Peterson. Handing off to Chloe Fails. Fails. Swings it around. Peterson drives into the lane. She'll leave it for Sasha Tracy, and her shot hit the rim. No offensive rebound this time for Franklin, and that one will go back with Olive Ames.
Yeah, it's just good defense there by OA. They really boxed up Katie Peterson. She could not put the ball on the floor and take it to the paint, and then finally Franklin turns it over.
Goes back to Oliver Ames here. The first game under new head coach Brittany Engel, as this one's taken into the paint and scored by Durba. Cadence Durba, a Hawk League All-Star for this team last year. Her first points since the very first point of our first quarter. That one's going to be a foul.
That's not a good foul there by Newman, and that's her fourth, and she just reached in.
Number 4 on Newman, too. So, again, a substitute having to be called into the game. This time it's Kaylin Leonard. Pete, it feels like there's been a lot of those fouls called for Franklin when all they can do is hang their head and question the call.
Yeah, it was away from the scoring zone. It was just an outside foul and a reach-in foul by Newman, and she'll be probably riding the bench for a while with personal foul number 4.
Remember, 5 fouls is what it takes to foul out here at the high school level. One more, and that will end the night for Newman. 30-21. As Oliver Ames, that one rolls around the rim. Chloe Fails brings in the rebound. Making a sophomore sensation is Chloe Fails in the starting lineup for Coach Layton. Peterson drives inside, spin move to her left. Left-handed layup, no good. Rebound taken from Peterson. A backward shot, another rebound, and Peterson. Once again, if her first 2 shots don't go, why not shoot a third for Katie Peterson?
Great job by Peterson. She's now with 12 points on the night. Remember, she only had 2 after the first quarter.
Durba lets one fire again, and there goes Oliver Ames's 3 points again. Peterson again controlling it on offense. That one will get tied up from Durba, and shooting 2 is Peterson. And Pete, it's found like Peterson's obviously had some success in the paint, but she's found a lot of opportunities to get to the line tonight.
She's found them, and she's created opportunities as well. And boy, she's lived at the charity stripe.
How about this? We talked about 4 fouls for Lizzie Newman. Also, for their star from last year, Cadence Durba, she's got 4 as well.
So free throw percentage was not high in the first half for the Panthers, and they start here with the miss in the second half.
Durba checking out of the game.
This is the 11th free throw of the night for Katie Peterson.
Wow. Goes 1 for 2 again. Or 2 for 2, Peterson goes. She's got 14 now. 33-21 Panthers. Inside goes Karen Durba. That'll be a penalty against Leo, and again, Leo shaking her head.
Yeah, Leo was saying, was it me? Was it me? Yep. She was called for her second.
Leo now joins the fouling party. She has 3 to her name as well, so the senior captain has to watch out. To the line goes Cameron Durba, her first time at the strip. Makes that one, and she has 6 points on the night. Cameron Durba trying to cut this to a 10-point lead, and she does. 33-23 now in favor of Franklin. Leo. Trying to drive inside, she does. Another layup attempt, and that one will be a foul again. That time it's Cameron Durba committing that one, and as we start to see it count up for almost every player, it feels like, Pete, Cameron Durba now with her third.
Yep, she has 3. Her sister has 4. Gamble has 3. And Newman has 4 for Franklin.
Leo makes that one. For Leo, Pete, it feels like she's had an impact on this game, but not really scoring. She had that 3-pointer, and now her first point since then.
And she's the point guard, so she sets everybody up. Steady player, veteran, been around a long time, and has contributed so many years.
Stolen there by Tracy. Can Franklin run and fast break? That's something we haven't seen a lot of tonight.
Durba just telegraphed that pass. Wow, they called. I thought that Leonard took a bump there, but they didn't call it.
So that jump ball, arrow was to Franklin. So Leo to inbound. She finds Fails, another quick toss. That one, no. Rebound, controlled loosely by Oliver Ames. Cameron Durba tripped up for a second. Gets it to Farley, and it's Oliver Ames calling the timeout. So a timeout there called by Oliver Ames as Franklin had some tight defense. Pete, we are at the same scoring differential as we were at halftime. It's Franklin up by 12.
Yeah, it's been nip and tuck. Other than a couple of runs that Franklin has had, it's been back and forth. Each team kind of trading fouls for a lot of times, trading free throws. And Franklin a little bit off on the line tonight, but boy, they have gotten to the line a lot of times. And see if they can work on that. Maybe Coach Layton will put in some free throw shooting drills in the week ahead.
Yeah.
But a nice start for Franklin. Again, it's the first game, and you're trying to see, what's your team all about? I said, Coach, what do you expect? He says, we'll find out.
Yep.
Talk to me in about an hour and a half. And he really didn't know what to expect. He knows that his team is dedicated. He knows that he's had solid players come up through the ranks, but he lost a lot of quality players as well. But so has OA.
Yeah. Both programs, as we kind of mentioned too already in the broadcast, of just trying to figure out what they are this season. But for Franklin, it's been Coach Layton who's done a pretty good job of doing that. Pete, their last loss against a Hockomock League opponent, pre-pandemic, the day after Valentine's Day of 2019. How about this? 1,347 days ago, these seniors were doing 8th grade math, and these sophomores like Chloe Fales, they were just getting ready into middle school in 6th grade.
That's amazing, Ryan. You're right on it, my friend.
Oliver Ames with it now out of the timeout. Looking to rewrite the history books maybe and bring a comeback. Here's Farley, one bounce. A bounce pass, and that one will go against Chloe Fales. So a third one for Fales. Peterson hitting the deck there, and the 3-ball from Oliver Ames. It's controlled by Franklin. Leo getting the stream from Peterson right. She'll bring it inside. A good bounce pass from Leonard. How about the point guard setting everyone up there? Leo finding Leonard for the 2.
That's her value. You talked about Bridget Leo. There it is in spades right there. Perfect bounce pass for Leonard, who's got 7 points tonight.
Huge spark off the bench for the Panthers. And here's Gamble. That one can't go. Rebound falls into the lap of Bridget Leo. Coach Layton calling the fast break. Leo crossover. A weird play. She'll grab her mouth as well.
Called her for traveling.
They'll say a travel instead.
Franklin now, with this 4-point run, has opened up its largest lead of the night at 14. And fails. So athletic. Comes out of the game.
Fails as comes out of the game. It's Leo who's trying to check if she's bleeding.
If you're bleeding, I think you have to come out. Maybe she's hiding it, right?
We'll
Wants to play.
We'll see if Bonacci is the sub for her. But anyways, Oliver Ames with the ball. Goes into the hands of Durba. Here's Cameron. She lets a shot go. That one, well, tried to bank in, and it goes into the hands of Leo. Here's Bridget. Liking that crossover going to her left. She'll find Leonard. Leonard, powerful dribbles. Good catch up there. Good play there from Farley. And the tie-up goes to Oliver Ames. Leo out of the game.
Yep. Bridget Leo will come out. Solid floor general. It's also chipped in with 5 points. And she's going to be attended to by trainer Jen. Looks like there is an internal cut inside her mouth.
Into the paint goes Oliver Ames, swinging around are the Tigers. That one, no penalty against Leo. Good board from Farley, though. Will they call that as an and one?
Yes.
They will. So for Brianna Montero, a pretty good way to put your first point. Oh, no, though. Give it to Farley instead. Pretty good way to put your first points on the board if you are Catherine Farley.
And foul trouble again for the Panthers. 3 now on Katie Peterson, and it's going to be number 4 on Peterson.
Wow.
She just pushed off.
Franklin foul on number 12, Katie Peterson, her 4th. Team's 5th.
Peterson having to ask Kurt.
The 2 bigs for Franklin, both with 4 fouls with
that?
3:27 to go in the third.
How about the quick ones, too, from Peterson? Just about 3 or 4 seconds away from each other. Here's Mallory Santos. She's into the game for Tracy. Taken away by Oliver Ames. That one goes wide. Here's Homer. Finds Montero. Montero towards the baseline. She'll find Farley. Pump fake. Gets tied up, and they'll call her
3 seconds.
for the 3-second violation. Leo and Fails coming back into the game. And Pete, as you look at this, and you talk about the fouls, Sasha Tracy, the only starter for Franklin, not with at least 3 fouls.
Wow.
We'll have to see how that adds up. Maybe more reserve minutes. Here's Santos. Inside, gets caught up. A good steal there by Oliver Ames. Tigers let a shot go. And Farley again with a rebound. And Homer again tries it herself, and wouldn't you know it, a foul on the Panthers.
I think it's going to be on Fails, and she has 4 fouls. 3 Franklin starters with 4 fouls. We have time left in the third period.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
And Tracy, who has 1 foul to her name, will now come in. Timeout Franklin as the Panthers lead this one 37-25 now. And Pete, if you're Coach Layton, are you trying to tell these guys to be a little bit cleaner with the fouls, or do we really think that it's the referees who are just making some questionable calls?
I don't think you can go the referee route.
Yep.
I think you have to say, look, what are we doing that's putting the referees in position to even think there's a foul?
Yep.
It's way too many fouls. And really, with a 12-point lead, you don't need to be doing that. So I'm sure that's the topic of conversation in that Franklin huddle on the far sideline.
You got to think it's the referee's game, right? And you just have to play to them and see
exactly.
what they will allow, see what they will call. Right now, it's been both teams who've kind of had more fouls than you'd like as a coach, but it's Franklin who still has the 12-point cushion, 37-25, as we have 2:34 remaining in this third quarter of play. So we recap some of the scores so far of this second half. It's really been pretty even. Peterson with 4, Leo with 2 from the free throw line, another 2 from Leonard.
Franklin has been at the line 20 times so far, and
Wow.
they've made 12. So their percentage is better than it was earlier, but still some room for improvement from the stripe.
Free throw coming here from Homer.
That's a violation
Wow.
by OA on the line. Wipe out the attempt. It's not even an attempt.
With this, a little half-court pressure now coming from Oliver Ames. Trying to make Franklin work for it a little more. Here's Santos. Leaves it for Leo, who's checked back in. Montero. You can obviously comment, too, on how the Franklin fouls, but that one also didn't look like it was much
No, that
contact
one-
there from
that
Oliver
one-
Ames.
That one was a referee judgment there, yeah. That was debatable. I agree with you there, Ryan. The task for the Panthers here, Ryan, is to eat some minutes without their bigs in the lineup.
Yeah.
Whoa, there's another foul, and Montero goes flying. This is really getting physical now. That was a physical foul. The others were kind of ticky-tack fouls. That was a physical foul.
Fouls on number 11, Bridget Leo, her third.
That one goes against Leo, but Pete, I think that was almost an after the play kind of altercation where it was McCollum and Montero both colliding, but statistically it'll be McCollum with no penalty.
Yeah,
No foul.
exactly. Fouls a lot of them seem to be away from the actual scoring attempts. Fouls on the court.
For Bridget Leo, that should be number
3, yeah.
either 3 or 4.
That's 3. They
Three?
just
Over
posted
three?
it, yeah.
Gotcha. That one goes into the hands of McCollum. Franklin's still up 12. Leo has some space inside. She'll fake the pass and draw the foul.
So the senior saying, well, we're going to draw some more fouls. That's going to be on Montero. So she's committed 3 here in limited action.
If you think of the average time of a single possession in this third quarter, it cannot be more than 5 or 6 seconds,
No.
it feels like.
I don't think they need the shot clock.
Yeah.
The new shot clock.
Talk about the new rule. Leo making that one. Believe that brings her to 3 for 3 from the line. You can correct me. Need be.
Leo is 3 for 3. Yep.
38-25 Panthers, and Leo goes 4 for 4. So next practice when we do free throw drills, Bridget Leo might be exempt. Good pass there, but good defense
Nice.
from Leo.
Yep, that's what she can do. She can just mess things up defensively.
Checking into the game. For one of the first times, it's Kira McSweeney, the junior. And the inbound, Franklin looking good. Oliver Ames does find a player. Here is Horsman. Leaves it for Farley. Farley will bank it in.
I'm not sure if she was going for the glass, but she found a friendly window.
Farley, 4 points in the quarter and the game. Leonard will draw the contact. The hands were up for Cameron Durba, but it will be her 4th foul of the game.
So the Durba sisters with 8 fouls between them.
Kaylin Leonard heading back to the stripe. She's got 7 points to her name so far tonight. And 8 now off the bench. Pete, just looking at the depth of Franklin this year and how Coach Layton's using them, do we feel like this is going to be a team that really, we're not surprised when we see a player score 7, 8, 9 points off the bench this season?
No, and it's tremendous play. I don't think, this has to be a career high for Carly Leonard, 9 points.
The senior making it big in the home opener for Franklin. Here looking at that shot, couple slaps, but no foul. Santos, the only one in the area. She'll bring it up for Franklin, leave it for Bridget Leo. Finds McCollum, top of the key. She lets a three fly. Doesn't get anything on that one. And an air ball gives it back to the Tigers. Franklin still up 13.
It was a good look, though, by McCollum. In fact, Coach Layton was saying, that's a good shot, that's a good shot. You missed, okay, we'll move on, but it was a good attempt by her.
Back to Oliver Ames. Into the hand, she finds Homer. Horsman lets that one go. And a rebound right back into the hands of McSweeney. Here's Kira.
Whoop.
Oh, for a second.
Ball got away from her.
Plays like that. And one thing, too, Pete, it feels like Franklin's trying to go fast break every time they can. With this kind of lead at that point in the game, I think Coach Layton's trying to tell them to take some more time off the clock and be patient.
Yeah, she just wanted to pass it. The ball, foot just kept dragging. They finally called her.
Here is Farley. She can't get that one to fall. Franklin with 33 seconds to go in the third quarter. McSweeney picks it up. I should say Santos now with McSweeney. Trying to go into the teeth of the defense. She does. Stops, and it'll be a 3-second, though, on McSweeney. It feels like there's been a couple instances. We had the back court, the 10-second. Franklin just not 100% sure what the technicals are yet.
Yep.
Possibly the final possession of the corner. Here comes Cameron Durba. Durba, good switch on there by Leonard. 7 seconds. Durba, left wing, leaves it for Homer. She'll find a teammate out to the right side. Her shot can't go. Rebound goes to Leonard. And that'll do it for our third quarter of play. So after coming into the quarter with the score being 30-19, it's Franklin that outscores Oliver Ames in that quarter. They outscored them 11-8, and it feels like Pete, this game just keeps building on itself, and we see Franklin once again, a couple more fouls, but they're able to make up for it with their defensive pressure.
You know, remember we talked, Ryan, about the bigs for Franklin getting into foul trouble with both starting forwards with 4 fouls. From that point on, the Panthers actually increased its lead. So not only did they hold their own, which is what we were commenting on, they upped it by a couple of points as well.
They certainly did, and we kind of touched on it in the third quarter again. But how about the play off the bench? We've seen Kaylin Leonard, a front court player, kind of hold her own. She's taken up some of that positioning. When Peterson's been out of the game, we haven't seen Peterson's name in a while, but it's been Leonard who's fought her way on the blocks, fought her way in the paint, for some rebounds, and for the ability to get more shots. Pete, I think this could be one of the sneaky deep teams we've seen for Franklin over the last couple of years with the way Coach Layton uses these girls.
I like it. Yeah, that's a good term, sneaky deep. Yeah, Kaylin Leonard, a tremendous game, and she's also helped out with some good rebounding too. So Franklin increases its lead from 11 to 14 with their bigs. Yeah. Now they re-enter one with Newman coming in, but Peterson's still on the bench.
How about this? A lot to watch out for, though. Newman, 4 fouls. Leo, 3. A lot to watch out for. And with the play-by-play duties for our final 8 minutes, I send it back over to my partner, Pete Royce.
Thanks a lot, Ryan Martin. We get 8 minutes to go in the opener here from the Franklin High Gym. Leo, McCallum, down low, tipped away and stolen away on the entry pass, intended for Newman. Back the other way, the pull-up jump shot is off. Rebound, strong, up, no good. Up and good. Second effort by Riley, her 7th point of the game.
How about this? The first points for Riley not coming from the free throw stripe.
Franklin back. Newman. Out to McCallum to the top. They swing it around for Leo. Leo will settle things down for the Panthers. Down low for Newman. The swing shot, up and good off the glass for Lizzie Newman.
Great play by Newman there. It looked like she was trying to seek that contact and then find the good angle to get the shot off. Good layup.
Nice jumper the other way. It's too strong. Deep rebound, a rare offensive rebound for the Tigers. This is Riley in the paint. Her pull-up is good. Riley with 2 quick hoops in this half. She's now got 9 points. Coming through the traffic and drawing a travel there was Ella Bonacci. Coach Layton keeping Peterson on the bench for now. He's going with one big with 4 fouls in the game. It's Newman.
Yeah, bit of a small ball lineup here
Yes.
with Newman in the game, and otherwise just 4 other guards.
And that's what it was for most of the third quarter. And a whistle and an offensive foul called. Let's see who that's on. Horsman, I think. Yep. That's 3 on Horsman. Team 6 now fouls for the Tigers in the second half. And here we go. Pressure defense now by the Tigers. To Leo. Again, it's 10 seconds to get it over the timeline.
Oh.
And they cannot do it. Hesitation move by Durba up in the paint. No good. Rebound controlled nicely by McCallum. For Leo. Franklin up on the right wing. This is Bonacci. Down low for Newman. She shoots and cannot score it. And she has to be careful. A jump ball. Oh, I thought maybe he was going to call a foul on her. It's a jump ball, and on the arrow it'll go to the Tigers.
Yeah, a lucky break there from Newman with how this game's been called. Overall, that could have been the foul out of the game for Newman. But a jump ball goes back to Oliver Ames.
This is Durba for Horsman. Franklin, that player-to-player defense all game long. The drive up and no good. That was halfway down. Newman with the rebound.
How many toilet bowl shots like that have we
double
seen today?
team and comes out with it. A weak pass, but it's connected there.
10 seconds.
They got to get it over quickly, and they finally get it up front. A 3-ball from the corner is no good. Rebound controlled by no one, and now it's going to be taken by Oliver Ames. Haley Fales is in the lineup now. That's the 11th player to see action. A give and go, it's good, and a foul on the play. Nice passing by OA, and Homer scores it. The foul is on Bonacci, her first.
Yeah, if you're Franklin, that's who you want to see commit the foul if anyone has to commit it. Bonacci, just her first one of the game. But for Maddie Homer, the volleyball star, a really great and1 opportunity.
She's got 5 points. She had 3 in the first half. Nothing in the third quarter, but 2 here in the fourth. 43-33, the lead down to 10. Shot is no good. Nice rebound in heavy traffic by Sasha Tracy. Double team. Leo on the floor. It's tipped away and stolen. Pressure defense. Horsman down low. Up and no good. Rebound no, and a foul called. Franklin fouling again. Bonacci with her second.
Fouls on number 23, Bonacci, her second. Team's 9.
9 fouls already in the half against Franklin. It's a 10-point lead.
Senior captain Bridget Leo having a little bit of a discussion too with Brandon Gill. Coach Layton having it as well.
Horsman at the line. This is her first trip to the stripe.
4 fouls. No, that was actually Bonacci, right? The second on Bonacci.
Right. Chloe Fales back in. It's down to 9. 5-point run and counting. And check it, that was Durba with the 2 free throws. So she's got 9. Pressure again. This is a tough defense, and a whistle and a timeout called by Layton. Coach John Layton, Ryan, I've not seen him this animated in a while.
Yeah. You can feel it's a little by little we're seeing a lot of calls made against his team, and then the ones that he thinks should be called for his team obviously not going his way. So you can feel that emotion from Coach John Layton, and obviously Franklin does have that 8-point cushion right now, but still a lot of discussions happening.
So the lead was 14 in this half. In this quarter, it was 14. But a 6-point run in counting for Oliver Ames. You got to bring Peterson in, I would think, pretty quickly, Ryan.
You do. When you're looking at the fouls, Peterson does have 4 right now. But I think, Pete, what we're seeing between Peterson having 4 and Newman having 4, you probably want to put Peterson back into the game, give yourself a little bit more of a cushion, and then bring in Newman or Leonard and try and see that. I think the absence of Peterson is starting to be felt in this fourth quarter.
And it's been, the other thing, it's been a smothering trap defense. Trapping pressed by Olive Rames has caused a lot of trouble for the Panthers here in the first 3 minutes of this half. So OA is scrappy. Franklin will have it. Peterson still on the bench with her 4 fouls. And with her, 13 points. Leo will try to settle it down for Franklin.
But how about this, Pete? You have Leonard and Newman into the game, so getting a little bit bigger is Franklin's front court.
Fails. Chloe for Newman. Looking for Leonard. Out on the left wing. Fails. For Leo. Bridget. Dishes it. A long 3 from the corner. That's too strong. Rebound. Tapped around. On the floor. It's caught. Sasha Tracy. It's good. And she's fouled on the play.
On the floor, I think. I think that's on the floor. Oh, no, they'll give it to him. They'll give it to him. Yeah. I feel like even with that cushion, Pete and Franklin's leading, that was a shot that Franklin needed. They needed that and one to feel like they were getting some calls for them, but also having some success of their own.
And speaking of foul trouble, Cadence Durba has just fouled out. That was a huge hoop by Sasha Tracy. And Durba is out. Free throw coming for Tracy. No good. Gets her own rebound on the miss to Leo. And Franklin has a fresh 35 seconds. Not that they've needed it tonight.
Yep.
Fails, puts it under the basket, but it was tipped out. It'll be Franklin ball with 4:16 to go. The lead is back to 10. Leo calls break on the play. Dishes it for Chloe Fails. For Lizzie Newman. Now Leo. For Newman, got position. Comes up, screens up forward. Rebound, Leonard is no good. And she's going to go to the line. Kaylin Leonard has been doing the job out here tonight.
And Pete, how about that? I believe that now fouls out her sister, Cameron Durba, with 5 penalties on the game for both.
I thought that would
Durba
be
sisters.
5, but they put up 4, so I don't know. I had her for her fifth too. Leonard shooting 2. It's good. Kaylin Leonard with double figures.
Yeah.
Off the bench tonight with 10, and Katie Peterson comes in with 4:04 to go. And going out is Sasha Tracy. Maybe had the biggest bucket of the night, Sasha Tracy. Here's Leonard. Misses. Rebound controlled by Homer.
Interesting move now from Coach Layton. Peterson and Newman both with 4 fouls and in the game.
And Leonard stays in there. So Franklin, and Leonard commits a foul. See, that's the foul you can't have. There's really nothing going on there.
You can't have it, but I believe Leonard has 0 so far, so only the
that's
first
her
one.
First, yeah. But the problem is 10 for the Panthers.
It feels like what we're saying is instead of you can't have that penalty, you can't have that or foul, I should say. You can't have that foul by a specific player. Any foul feels like it's going right now as long as it's someone who hasn't committed a lot.
Riley at the line shooting 2. That's no good. This is her 10th free throw of the game. She's made 5 so far. And that's perfect. So she's in double figures with 10. The lead is 10. And Franklin faces full court pressure. Peterson for Leo. Cross court for Fails. Chloe Fails in the paint. Comes through the lane. Squeezes it through. No. Rebound.
Careful.
Newman. Peterson up. Newman. No good. Out deep. Couldn't control it was Peterson. Newman battling down low.
Some elbows being thrown there, it almost looks like
Whoa.
from Newman, too. 4 fouls we keep mentioning from Newman there, and you can still feel her playing with the same kind of confidence.
It's only a 10-point game with 3:33 to go. Montero cannot save it, and Franklin forces the turnover. Leo was right there to protect her opponent. Peterson for Chloe Fails. For Peterson. Lumen, Fails, great ball movement, up and in. That ball never touched the floor.
Textbook passing from the Panthers.
The other way, a 3 ball, that's good. That's good by Horsman. They haven't had many of them. It's down to 9. Out to Fails, 3:04 to go. Fails, bounce pass, it's kicked out by Homer. And Franklin will have 28 to shoot. It's a scrappy OA team, that's for sure. Franklin with the big lineup in there right now, and Leonard, what a job she's done. 10 points for Kaylin Leonard. For Fales. Chloe, she'll launch the 3-ball. It's no good. Rebound tapped away for Montero. Here come the Tigers on the fly. This is Horsman in pull-up. Horsman, it's good. Horsman with 7. The lead is down to 7.
Wow.
We haven't had 7 in a long time, since the first half. Fails, and she's pushed, and she'll be shooting 2. Big free throws coming for Chloe Fales. The foul is on Horsman. That should be at least 4 on her. You need a calculator to keep up with these fouls. Fales shooting 1 and 1. They did not post the fouls on Horsman. Now they do. It's her fourth. So Chloe Fales shooting 1 and 1. It's in the air. It's in the basket. Nothing but net. Breaks a 4-point run for OA. 2:31 to go. It's an 8-point lead. The home opener, the season opener for both teams. Fails.
Yep.
Perfect. 2 big free throws and a timeout called by Coach Brittany Engel in her first year. What a way to jump into the fire for Coach Engel. She's been around the program for 6 years. This is her first job taking over for the legend, which would be Lainey Clement Holbrook, who had over 45 plus years of coaching the sidelines at OA.
Yeah, the record for most wins by a coach in girls basketball in Massachusetts was 633 wins. So Coach Holbrook said, I'll beat that record and then just put up 100 wins after that just to make it safe. So 733 wins for Coach Holbrook. But for Coach Engel, it is a tough challenge right out of the gate against these Panthers. So far, it's been Oliver Ames who's held their own, you could say, especially in this fourth quarter. Their fight that they've shown in the hustle over this final 8 minutes has certainly been something for Oliver Ames to build off of. This game's not over, Pete, but for Coach Engel, it's been a tough matchup against the Panthers, who certainly have come to play in their season opener.
The lead had been 14 here in the fourth quarter, and then OA cut it to 7. Then there was a big hoop by Sasha Tracy, and then 2 free throws by Chloe Fales. Those are your points that pushed the lead back up to 11 after it had been down to 7. 2:31 to go. What an opener here on Franklin TV, and we're streaming worldwide on the internet on YouTube. So glad you're with us, fans, on this season opener for both teams. A new era here with so many players gone from both of these high caliber teams from last year. Franklin 22-2 last year. OA 22-3. But it's a new season. Whole bunch of new talent out there on the court. OA back. This is Homer. She'll dish it back. A long 3 there. That's no good. Tipped around and it's controlled by Riley. She passes it out. Stolen by Leo. And Leo wisely will eat some clock.
Smart decision there from Leo to not force anything and obviously eat up those seconds.
Fails. Drops it for Peterson. Peterson forgoes the shot. Puts it in the paint. Charges through. Finds an open player. Fails for 3. It's no good. And hits the top. And a push called. Who's it going to be on? Leonard, I think. That's 2 on Kaylin Leonard. It's going to be 2 shots now. So the advantage here is the clock is stopped with 1:56 to go. And Maddie Homer will shoot 2. She's got 5 points tonight. She's made 1 out of 4 free throws. 2 out of 5 now. It's down to 10. 1:56 left. Her shot rolls in. Homer with 2 free throws. Down to 9. It's stolen by Montero. A long 3 the other way. It's no good. Rebound Leonard. What a job she's done tonight.
I know. Great.
Kaylin Leonard off the bench with 10 points and a bucket full of rebounds. Peterson for Fales. Fales down low for Newman. Reverse shot is good.
How about the passing in the later stages of this fourth quarter by the Panthers?
Fales with the assist. Newman with 10. Franklin by 9. In the paint, the floater up, no good. Rebound, Newman. She and Peterson playing with 4 fouls, but it hasn't mattered. 1:18 to go. Fails for Leonard, and she'll slow it down. Reverse to Leo in the lone. Fails. The 3 ball by Fails is no good. Rebound away. Here comes Durba. She'll launch a long 3. It was blocked by Leo. Over to Newman. Under a minute to go. Fails for Leonard. Kalen got to get over the timeline. She does. Draws a double team. And a timeout called by Coach John Layton with 48.2 seconds to go. Franklin by 9. The passing by Franklin, beautiful. We noticed one time they ran almost the 3/4 of the court, not putting the ball on the floor. And there was a great pass, set up another nice bucket. And Franklin has it by 9.
Yeah, this feels like a tale of 2 different Oliver Ames teams. Those first 3 quarters, completely different than the fight we're seeing in this 4th quarter. But for Franklin, they've matched that with cleaner passing and really just a good chemistry that we haven't seen. Even though they were leading in those first 3 quarters, a chemistry that's just been unmatched at this point. So I've just been impressed with Franklin stepping up for the challenge, and really you can see that hustle and some of that physicality coming from Oliver Ames. But Franklin responding super nicely.
Yep, they have done the job. Leading scorer in the game is Peterson. She had 13, but she had those in the 3rd quarter. Nothing here in the 4th. But Leonard with 10, Newman with 10, Bridget Leo with 7, Fails with 8. Just balanced scoring for Coach John Layton. The other side of the ledger, Riley with 10. She's the leading scorer. Cadence Durba has been held to 3 points in the game, and she fouled out.
That was a big thing I was going to mention when she fouled out. How about Franklin signaling out their best player and making her a non-factor?
Yep, she fouled out with 4:25 left in the game. Franklin was saddled with trouble, but they've not DQ'd any player by the foul route. Fails, and she draws a foul. So at this point, OA has to revert to fouls.
Yep. The big thing, though, is especially for your key contributors, you have to make sure that they don't foul out too and join the Durba sisters on the bench for the remainder of the game.
And Fails will be shooting 2. It's in the air. It's no good. So Fails had been 4 for 4 from the line. 40.8 seconds to go. Franklin 52, OA 43. Fails. Next one. That's good. She's got 9. Here comes Oliver Ames. Down by 10. Montero. Long shot by Durba. It's an air ball. Rebound tipped away. And it's going to be off of Franklin is the call, as Homer had it deflect off her opponent. And it'll be away with the ball.
What a play, though, from Homer, who's got a couple less inches on Leonard and Peterson. She's able to get that ball, though, and force off the Panthers.
Turnaround shot there, around and good on a nice floater by Cameron Durba. She's got 11. Almost a steal there, but Peterson has it. And there's a near steal, but Leonard saves it for Leo, and she's fouled, I think, by Montero. That could be it for Montero.
The question is, who do they call it on? I think they're actually going to call it on Maddie Homer, who I have with just her first foul of the game.
Wow. First foul. That's a rarity, huh?
And a lucky bailout, too, that goes on Homer and not on Brianna Montero, and that would have fouled her out.
Exactly. Here's Leo at the line. She misses. That's her first miss. She was 4 for 4. She's got 7 points, a 3 ball and 4 free throws. 12.7 seconds to go. Shot is up, and that's good. Leo with 8 points. Franklin by 9. Time winding down. 8 seconds to go. Good defense by the Panthers to Montero. Cross-court pass. Shot is almost blocked. It was blocked by Newman, and with that block, the game comes to an end. Franklin wins it 54-45. It was a grinder, but they pull it out, Ryan.
They certainly did. Franklin outscoring Oliver Ames pretty easily in our first 3 quarters. But, Pete, it was actually our visiting Tigers who won that 4th quarter. They put up 18 points in the 4th. Franklin put up 13. So we had a nice, exciting ending right there. But in the end, it was Franklin who held on for that one. Pete, I'm impressed with how they played down the stretch. We saw a little bit more hustle from Oliver Ames. Franklin was able to respond. The Panthers moved to 1-0 on the year. 43 straight Hockomock League victories, and they'll aim for another one this Friday as they host King Philip.
And how about the balance? Franklin with in double figures. Katie Peterson with 13. Kaylin Leonard off the bench with 10. Lizzie Newman with 10. Bridget Leo with 8. Chloe Fales with 9, and on we go. The leading scorer on the other side of the ledger was Annie Riley with 10. And that's going to do it. Cameron Durba had 11 to lead them. A nice victory for the Panthers here tonight.
It certainly was. We saw them kind of settle into their own and find their groove in that first half. It was both teams who we mentioned had such successful seasons a year ago. It was Oliver Ames winning the Division II state championship, Franklin going 22-2. Both teams had a lot of turnover, so they spent that first half figuring each other out. Franklin, I think, just had some more consistencies and were able to limit the turnovers, which is really what helped them, gave them a cushion. So when Oliver Ames attacked in the fourth quarter, it was too little too late for the Tigers, and Franklin hanging on to this one 54-45.
And that's going to do it for our coverage tonight. Thank you so much, fans, for joining us. I'd like to thank our executive producer today, Chris Flynn, and our producers on site here, high above the court, Melissa Marchese and Meredith Robertson. For my partner, Ryan Martin, this is Pete Royce. The final score for the final time tonight, Franklin 54, Oliver Ames 45. Till next time, so long, neighbors.